I'm Wayne Lozenak. And I'm Chris Beatty. We're from Hatebreed. I'm Matt from the Planet Smashers.
We're the Dang Scientists.
I am Rob. I'm Josh. We're with Psycho Stick.
This is Aaron from Red Fang, and you are
listening to
Bucketlist.
Hi, I'm Mario from The Real Mackenzies.
I'm Phil from Bugangi.
We're from Caravan.
Bash, and I'm from Slaves on Dope.
I'm Kevin Keegan, and the band Dead Quiet.
We are Keith Grinder,
and you are listening to
Bucketlist.
Hello, we are Ashes and we're from Portugal.
I'm Jordan Alexander.
Scott from Colonel Sun.
We're Overcoats.
It's Charles here. Some Red Skies.
This is Spencer from Periphery, and you're
listening to
Bucketlist.
My name is Seth Anderson.
Terrible people.
Hey, I'm Robbie Stuntman from Bose. This is Curtis from Fuel Damage.
Hey, this is Donnie from Brutal Music.
This is Hispan from Monolord.
listening to
Bucketlist.
You're listening to the Bucketlist Radio Podcast, putting the best music in your ears before you kick it. Hello, Bucketheads, and welcome to the Bucketlist Radio Podcast, a recap for October. My name is Syd. Tonight, or today, or this morning, or whatever time it is really that you're listening to this at, I am alone. Unfortunately, my friend slash son slash love of my life, Jason Greenberg, is sick with some kind of flu, cold, virus, something, as it is becoming winter in Montreal and people are wont to do. And Liz is at home, I think, or she could be at a show. That's always possible too. Regardless, I am alone at my home at NDG, and it's scary. It's still October while I'm recording this, but as you are listening to this, it will likely be November, which means that if you are listening to this, congratulations, you have survived the most depressing month of the year, so kudos to you. We just heard a song by the band Jesus Horse called, I look at the title and then I go away for a second and the title is gone. It's called Braces from their record, The Blurst of Times. So let me repeat that. It's called The Blurst of Times. It's a great record. It's one of, it's funny because it got a 9.5 on 10, but it's not even close to being one of the highest rated albums of that week because for a change, bucket list writers were really happy about the music that we heard. And 3 albums in a row were given a 10 on 10. I'm really curious if you guys want to hit us up or hit me up or hit up Bucketlist. Let us know, and it's a question we ask a lot, but what makes a 10 on 10 for you? What is a perfect record? What is a record that has no flaws? Because, look, if you guys read my reviews, you know that I can be a little bit picky in that regard. I've given 10s. It's happened. I wouldn't even call some of my favorite bands 10 on, their releases 10 on 10 releases. So I'm curious as to what some of you think. You don't have to answer. It's fine. I can just throw these ideas out into the void. It's all good in the hood, yo, said the 90s. They want their catchphrase back. But anyway, so yeah, that was Jesus Horse with 9.5 on 10, reviewed by Jason Greenberg, Mr. Sickman, my son, who is not around with me right now. Couple things happened this month. Few things happened this month. One, today, right now, so if you're listening, it'll have been 4 or 5 days ago, or 6 days ago, or whenever this comes out. But Kiss announced that they are going to be going on their final tour, which I'm always skeptical when classic rock bands announce final tours, but they announced it, and it's going to be their final tour, so supposedly, so we'll see. But we're not giving away tickets yet, but we are going to be giving away tickets to that, so keep an eye out for that. That'll be really, really cool to be able to go see that. And, even if you don't win, maybe go see Kiss on their final tour if you haven't seen them. They are one of the, I think, undisputed greatest live acts in the history of rock and roll. I mean, a lot of what they've done has carried over, through generations from the pyro and the crazy makeup and, inspiring the death metal and the glam metal and the black metal and all that. It's I don't know that Kiss were the first, but they did a lot for just the performance aspect of rock and roll. So definitely try to check that out, even if you don't win the tickets. Try to win the tickets. I'm sure the contest is just going to be, comment, like, share, tell us why you deserve the tickets. That's usually what our contests are. It's very simple. We gave away tickets this month to Mumford & Sons on March 19th, I believe. So congratulations to whoever won that. I'm sure you will be in for a lovely evening of subdued rock and roll, as the kids are calling it. Speaking of subdued, let's get into some music, because you don't want to hear me talk, you just want to hear songs. That's why you're tuning in. So let's play one of the 10 on 10 releases. Let's start with that. It's going to be Colin Weeks, who I've actually seen perform live. His band is very tight. I don't know that it's the exact same band on record that it is that he has live, but it's very tight. I don't know that I agree with a 10 on this per se, because it seems like it's a very mood distinctive, appropriate. What's the word I'm looking for here? It's very mellow. It's very islandy. So I don't know that it's perfect for every day, all the time listening, which is one of the criteria for me if you're going to be giving something a 10 on 10. But it's definitely really, really good. It's really tight. The guy's got a great voice. He's a good songwriter. So we're going to play Colin Weeks, a song called Island Double, and then we're going to do a little bit of a reverse, and you're going to hear one of the songs that one of the records, a song from one of the records that I reviewed by a band called Static. And this song is called Disguise, and I believe it's the title track, and it is not good. So you'll get... I don't think it's good. Look, it's up to you. It's your opinion. You say what you want. You do what you want. But, check it out. Feel free. It's music. There's definitely something in there for you to like. I wouldn't play anything that had no merit. Would I? Would he? No, I would not. But... So yeah, we're going to do Colin Weeks, Island Double, and Static Disguise, and then I'll be back to ramble a little more.
Oh, yeah.
Listen up, this is me, fill my cup, I am up, and I'm ready to change my name. Yeah. But I've had enough, I'm fed up with this stuff, but I am tough, and I stuck to my problems like glue. Please don't change, 'cause you never know if you might lose. 'Cause what your brain says when it doesn't know what to do. Yeah. Spend a buck, man, I suck. What the fuck? This is luck, and I'm throwing it all away. But I bite my lip, now there's blood on my tongue. Oh my god, my ceiling is caving in. Yeah. Please don't change, 'cause you never know if you might lose. 'Cause what your brain says when it doesn't know what to do. This is the island double. 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 Island double. This is the island. Prego.
Hey guys, it's me, Jesse, your friendly Bucketlist podcast sound editor. The reason you're not listening to Static's Disguise right now is that the band was a little bit upset at the review that we gave them and elected not to give us a copy of the song to play on today's episode. So you're probably just going to have to take our word for it that it's not that good. Kind of a missed opportunity for them? We'll never know. Anyway, let's get back to the episode. Here's Syd with, I don't know, probably some Syd stuff. Goodbye!
Hey, how'd you like that? That was some music. That's definitely what that was. So yeah, Colin Weeks, 10 on 10, and Disguise. I don't remember exactly what I gave it, but it wasn't very high. So you let us know what you thought of that. Shoot us a comment on Facebook or on the website, or check out the review, whatever. Give us your 2 cents. There will be some metal coming up for those of you heavy heads. So what'd you guys do for Halloween? I personally did nothing, and I mean, as I said before, Halloween is in a couple days from me recording this. It will have happened by the time you're listening to it, but I can guarantee you that I won't have done anything because I'm moving and it's time to save money. And look, costumes are either really expensive or take a lot of time to come up with something creative. And I think I was talking to someone about this, and if you put a lot of work, or even a considerable amount of work for you, comparatively, into coming up with your own costume, maybe you go to the dollar store, maybe you get some markers and some face paint and whatever. You find a bunch of knickknacks around your house, and you find the perfect shirt to match your costume, and then you go to a party and somebody else wins the costume contest. That hurts you, doesn't it? It hurts you a little bit, and I don't know that it's just not worth it anymore. I mean, I don't need to be putting my self-confidence at stake for a holiday that's supposed to be about me putting candy into a bag and then into my stomach. Anyway, that's my 2 cents. That wasn't really relevant to anything. I also went to a couple shows this month, as I'm sure you did, if you're listening to this. And if you didn't, what's up, man? What are you doing? Go see some local bands. I didn't actually go see any local bands, so I'm a shit. But I did go see Mike Shinoda when he came, and that was really cool. I wasn't sure what to expect from a solo Mike Shinoda stop, not at a giant venue. I mean, it was at the what are we saying now? Metellus. It was at the Metellus, the Metropolis, and it was intimate. I mean, the guy, he's all smiles, and obviously he spoke at length about going through what he went through last summer, and kind of where he's at, not really knowing what the fuck he's doing, trying to figure it out as he goes along, thanking the audience for supporting him. And he played Numb, and he played In the End, and he played Heavy, and there was a big crowd sing along, because obviously he doesn't sing those parts, right? That was Chester, so he just kind of played the chords on the keyboard and had us sing along. And then he did a bunch of his hip-hop shit, and you forget that he's also a very, very versatile rapper. I mean, he was rapping on the early days of Linkin Park, but not to the level that he was doing on Fort Minor, or that he's doing on his more recent releases, or even on later Linkin Park releases, where he was letting his flow be a little more loose and a little more free. And as someone who is trying desperately to come up with a list of my top 10 favorite albums this year, and failing to find a lot of rock that I really liked, but coming up with a lot of rap that I really enjoyed, I really liked seeing that show. I think the other show that I went to see this month was Aqua and Prozac. Excuse me if I spoke about that last month. My bad. But it was a good show, and it's worth mentioning, because Prozac are getting a little old, a little long in the tooth, a little weird to see a couple of old guys singing those songs. And you know what? In the song "Strange Disease," it's really weird to hear him go, "I didn't mean to something, little one." Calling the object of your desire little one, especially with the Me Too movement and everything that's come to light in 2018. That's just a strange lyric to me. But anyway, they're still family friendly and happy and full of hooks and all about inclusivity and togetherness and all that good stuff. And Aqua were just great live band. Those two front people, the Barbie girl and the Ken guy, for lack of me not knowing their names, just a lot of energy and really just full of positive vibes and vibrance, and that was great. So on that note, let's play some metal. You like how I did that? Just talked to you about Aqua, and now we're going to play some heavy shit. We're going to start with a song by a band called Only Sons, who received a 9.5, I believe, on 10. 9 on 10. from Peter, who I haven't met yet, but he's one of our writers, so respect him. Gave it a 9 on 10. The record is called Love, Drugs, Treachery, and Deceit. So sex, drugs, rock and roll, and a fourth thing, rock, paper, scissors, gun, love, drugs, treachery, and defeat. That's where my mind goes. Just fucking deal with it. The song is called Snowfall, full of riffs. You're gonna love this if you love riffs. It's thrashy as hell. All kinds of crazy changes. Really juicy guitar tone. Really solid record all in all. I really enjoyed it. And then we're gonna play something called... we're gonna play a band called Inner Decay, and this is another one that got a 10 on 10. From the same guy, actually. Peter, look at that. Just loving the metal, man. Rock on. This band he compares to Slayer and Gojira and Arch Enemy and all that good stuff. I think when it comes to metal, I'm just a little bit too jaded to give it a 10 on 10, especially death metal, especially melodic death metal. And that's on me. So listen, this is a really good record. A lot of really slow, heavy build-ups and, big, doomy riffs. It's heavy as shit. It's death metal, so you're gonna like it. They're called Inner Decay, and the song is called World Reduced to Ash, and the world will turn to ash. Ash, they're talking about you! Points to you if you recognize that reference to Pokemon the movie 2000. So enjoy these songs, and then I'll be back to ramble a little more, and that'll be fun too. Hey, alright, that was some metal. That was some metal. And we're back, which is my favorite thing to say. Yeah, so that was some metal. Speaking of metal, there's a really fun little video on BucketlistMusicReviews.com right now, which, if you live in Montreal and are a fan of les Canadiens habitants, les Habs, les boys, is that it? Les habitants? Is that really what the Habs stands for? The fuck, guys? You need to fix that. I'm just kidding. If you're a Habs fan, yo, chill, bro. I'm down. We're gonna win this year, or whatever the fuck hockey fans always say. But if you're a fan of the Habs and a Montrealer, and like metal, and have heard of the local Montreal band Cryptopsy, who have been maybe doing this for longer than you've been alive at this point, check it out. We did a reaction video to their new song, Sire of Sin, I believe it's called, where we basically, Sire of Sin. So we basically accosted a bunch of Habs fans outside the Bell Center and made them listen to this heavy as shit song under the guise that, hey, you like a hockey team from Montreal? Here's a song by a band from Montreal. Check it out. And, look, mostly reactions were positive. It is a heavy as shit song. If you've heard Cryptopsy before, you know that they do not pull their punches. But, what really boggles me every time is still how people go, oh, well, this is my grandson's music, and this is what the kids are listening to. Death metal as a genre has its beginnings in the early 80s, if not the late 70s. I mean, it didn't become, what it is now until late 80s, early 90s, but it's been around, man. Like, this is not the kids' music anymore. This isn't trap or whatever the fuck new wave of EDM or The Weeknd or whatever is. I'm not dissing any of these genres of music, they're all great, but death metal has been around. It's proven itself. It's earned its spot in music history as a, maybe not a classic genre, but, people were calling Zeppelin and Aerosmith classic rock in the 90s, and now we're almost 30 years later. Like, listen, death metal is not your kid's music anymore. It's yours now. You're an adult. You grew up on this shit. Cannibal Corpse was just starting out when you were in diapers, or maybe even before that. So, that's my 2 cents on that. Anyway, it is really fun to kind of see people's reactions and how. Another thing is when people listen to death metal and they've never really listened to it before, they don't realize that they can just bob their heads like they would for any other genre of music. So they try to move their arms in a funny way, or oh my god, I don't know what this is. It's music, man. Just enjoy it. Listen to the drums. Fucking the riffs are gnarly. Even if it's not your style of singing, is it really that scary anymore with the stuff that we have on TV and the guy that's in the White House down south there? think death metal's pretty tame these days. But yeah, it's cool. It's a great song. It's a really good song. These guys are great. I think they're on tour right now in Europe. I could be wrong. But yeah, so check that out. Long story short, it's a funny video. It's not too long, and it's worth a look and a listen. So we did the metal. Now we're gonna go into a little punk, and then I'm gonna come back. I'm gonna tell you about some shows that are coming up, and then I'm gonna play you out, and that'll be that. Short and sweet, real short episode. I don't have anybody to bounce off of tonight, so I can't really. I could talk to myself, which I've been doing, but I feel I guess a little weird sometimes. You don't want to hear what I say to myself in a dark room behind closed doors. The lights are all off, by the way. I'm just sitting here naked, in case you were wondering. So we're gonna play from a band called Like Pacific. The song is called In Spite of Me, which is also the name of the record, if I'm not mistaken. I'm going to try to find it, and of course I'm not going to find it now because I'm looking for it. I found it real easy before. Still just gonna hold your horses. I'm going to find this. I don't want to tappity-tap too much on my keyboard. Yeah, band's called Like Pacific. I'm a genius. 7.3 on 10. I might have given this a little higher, but you know what, Lee? You're good. You've earned your stripes. You can give it a 7.3 on 10 if you want. Although, I gotta say, what is it with the 0.3? I'm gonna sound like Jerry Seinfeld. What is it with the 0.3? What, you couldn't give that extra point? Where are they losing those 0.2 points? You know what I mean? I know you're a drummer, so was there a drum fill that was off by a millisecond and you just couldn't? You had to give it a 0.2? I love you, man. If you're listening, you're good. 7.3 on 10, Like Pacific, In Spite of Me, which is the name of the record as well. And then we're going to play another punk band called Some Antics, and the song is called Now, and then in parentheses, Losing Control. This band reminds me a little bit of Blink-182 if Tom DeLonge had dumped his creative wants on them instead of branching off and doing Angels and Airwaves, and they had actually listened and accepted it. So it's not quite as ridiculously out there and full of itself as Angels and Airwaves sounds like, but it's a little more serious than maybe early Blink-182 was, and a little less morose than maybe current Blink-182 is, if that makes any sense. So yeah, we're going to do Like Pacific, In Spite of Me, and then Some Antics, Now, parentheses, Losing Control. Come back, talk about some shows, have a good night, play out with some more music. So, cheers, enjoy.
Buried to my knees, I hope you find some sort of peace in spite of me. To get in mine. Buried to my knees, I hope you find some sort of peace in spite of me. I'll waste you weeks. I know your perfect smile will never show its crooked teeth. The plate of love that I am now
Yeah, we're back, and we're back, and we're back, and we're back. Anyway, we're back. That was fun. So that was our little punk moment. Had a little punk moment. What'd you think? Did you like it? Did you get a little punk? Did you want to go hang out behind a club and drink some beers and miss the opener? Was that the jam you were feeling while you were listening to those songs? If it was, then mission accomplished. Cool. Let's talk about shows that are coming up in November. Are you ready to rumble? So, November 1st, which may have passed by the time you are listening to this, but Cadence Weapon is doing an album launch at La Vitrola. Then they're playing with Fat Tony and I'm going to butcher this, Huali, Hua space Li. Sorry, I'm so sorry. I don't know how to pronounce that. I'm white and Jewish. I don't know how to do things. Next, November 2nd, we got Mully Grub with also at Casa del Popolo. Also, by the time you hear this, the Violent Femmes will have played. Violent Femmes, sorry, my bad, hipsters. Didn't mean to mispronounce your favorite band's name, but they're playing on Halloween night, so that'll be a really cool show. As are not Dying Fetus. Dying Fetus already played as I'm recording this, but that was, 2 Halloween shows in Montreal, very different reasons. So, Corplicani and Arcona are playing on November 3rd at Club Soda. A little bit of folk metal for you. Shannon and the Clams are playing with the Dirty Fences and the Pale Lips on November 3rd at Barlow Ritz. Let's go to the next page here, see what's up. Ooh, Behemoth are coming on November 4th. They're fucking great live, I really do. Even if you're not a death metal fan, this is a spectacle. They are fucking awesome, they're tight as hell. Lots of production value in their stage show. Really cool stuff. So that's November 4th at the Metellus. Fucked Up with Milspec are also November 4th at La Sala Rosa, and you want to go see a band with a name like Fucked Up. Windhand and Satan's Satyrs. Satan's Satyrs, Sikta, Saka, Sickle, somethings. Say that 10 times fast. There's a new tongue twister for 2019. They're coming on November 4th at Le Belmont. Also on November 4th is The Dodos with Pale Hound at Barlow Ritz. November 5th, we got Exploded View with Forma. November 7th, we got Tim Hicks for the Get Loud tour at the Corona. Yeah, that's what's happening there. We got Low on November 8th at La Sala Rosa. Something is happening also on November 8th at the Barlow Ritz, but I can't for the life of me figure out what it's. CTX, Lena Tulgren? I guess CTX is the name of the tour, and then Lena Tulgren, Wax Chattels, and Drala. I don't know what that is. Go see it. Tell me what it is. I'm not spending money on it, but let me know. Young the Giant is going to be here on November 9th. What a great singer that guy is. You know what? Say what you will about the band, but his voice is nothing short of virtuosic, and they put on a great show as well. I really recommend going to see that one. That's going to be at the Metellus, the Metellus, on November 9th. We got Matt Simmons and Chris Ayer on November 9th. We've got a lot of stuff going on November 9th. What you guys call each other? That's at Barlow Ritz. Next. I know what's coming next. Oh, I was wrong, actually. It's Tennis. Tennis is coming. I don't know who the fuck Tennis is, but they're coming. So enjoy that. That's November 10th at Barlow Ritz. And also on November 10th, the man, the legend, is he married? Are they sisters? Is he going to start a new band this year? For the 60th time, is he going to do a soundtrack to Cold Mountain's sequel, Warm Hills? It's Jack White at Place Belle in Laval. I still have not been to Place Belle. I was supposed to go to see Aqua there, but they didn't sell enough tickets, unfortunately. What are you guys doing, not buying tickets to go see Aqua? Seriously? Anyway, so that'll be at Place Belle, which I hear is great. Weekend Friends, Nervous Dater, Laureate, and Hildegard, November 10th at Casa del Popolo. Fuck, there's a lot of stuff going on in November. Guys, if you don't already, I mean, I'm a third of the way through the month, but Get your pencils out, get your pens out, get your calendars out. Go to bucketlistmusicreviews.com. Start jotting this stuff down. You don't want to miss these shows. You got to be running around on nights where there's 2 shows happening at the same time, jetting back and forth, calling an Uber. I gotta go see this band now. I gotta go see this band. That's the life of a music fan in 2018 because there's so much music. We love it. Broncho and for the Bad Behavior Tour. Broncho is on November 11th at Bar Ritz. Wild Nothing is on November 13th at the Corona. Tash Sultana, who is playing at the at Place Belle on November 14th. I am so out of touch with modern music, I have no idea who this person is. But that's on November 14th, so that's cool, at Place Belle, which is huge, so probably a pretty popular band. Street Sect with Dead Dog and Juice on November 14th at the new Turbo House, which I hear is just the bee's knees. Stone Temple Pilots and Seether. That new Stone Temple Pilots album is good. I don't care what anyone says. It's not gonna be a classic, obviously, because, you know, you go from 2 dead singers, the third guy's not gonna get a lot of attention, but it's a really good record. It's, you know, it sounds like Stone Temple Pilots. It feels like Stone Temple Pilots, and it doesn't feel like it's trying to make any big statement. It's not too morose. It just is a great rock and roll record. So go see them on November 15th with Seether at Place Belle. Or you can go see Yellow Days and More and not listen to me. They're also coming on November 15th, my bad, to Bar Ritz. I assume that show will be a lot cheaper, not being at a major venue. Helena Deland and Tess Robbie, God, I can't pronounce anything tonight. November 16th at Théâtre Fairmont, the Fairmont Theater. For you English folk out there, is Fairmont Theater. Body Wash, Winona Forever, Florida, not Florida, Florida, with no I, and Venus on November 16th at Lesco Griff. Ooh, Classified, November 17th, that'll be really cool, at the Corona. Stray from the Path and Silent Planet are coming November 18th to La Stral. Pop Evil at Cafe Campus on November 18th. Jesus, there's a lot of shows in November. Claudio Simonetti's Goblin is a thing that's happening on November 22nd at the Fairmont Theater. Word Burglar with guests with Alpha Buddhists and Neon Rise on November 23rd at Foofs. The Beaches on November 23rd. That's an Oshiaga presentation right there at La Stral. There's a Geeko night. Foofs is having a Geeko night dance party, apparently. If you haven't gone to Emo Night at Foofs, I recommend checking that out. I assume this will be very similar, but more geek-oriented music. So that's fun. That's on November 23rd. 3 Days Grace and their terrible new singer who cannot at all live up to the last one is coming on November 25th to Metella, so definitely go see that, and don't listen to me. I suck. I don't know what I'm talking about. There's the Metal Alliance tour on November 26th at Foofs, because that's where that would be. That makes a lot of sense. Petra Glint, you're bearing with me, right? We're almost done. Petra Glint and Ice Cream, hilarious, are coming to La Vitrola on November 26th. Cloud Nothings with the Courtneys and Tama. You guys, I think it started with Chick, that band that's just 3 exclamation marks. Guys, I know it's cool, you gotta be different, but when you're spelling your name out, make sure your fans can pronounce it. That's all I ask. That's all I ask. Anything else, you want to, make your logo a fucking grizzly bear eating a bamboo stick. I don't know what the fuck I'm saying, but just make your name easy to pronounce, and you'll sell more records. You just will. It's tried and true. So Cloud Nothings, the Courtneys, and Tama Yuge are coming on November 28th to La Stral. Marissa Nadler, Thus Owls at Bar Ritz on November 30th. And that's it. We're done with November, which means that I'm almost done with this episode. I wish I could say that I saved the best for last, but we've had some pretty good music in this episode, haven't we, guys? I think we have. So we're going to play out with a song called In Solace by a band called Villainous. We're just groovy as shit. So groovy. You're going to love this if you want some good old groove metal. And then we're going to finish off with a little slab of emo for you. It's a band called My Own Co-Pilot, and the song is appropriately titled Exit you. Have a good night, have a good week, have a good month, and we'll talk when the next one is over. Peace.